Story 1. In the quiet town of Hollow Grove, nestled deep in the heart of the woods, a mysterious Craigslist ad appeared, sending ripples of curiosity through the community. The post promised an exclusive tour of an abandoned mansion that stood at the outskirts of town, looming like a shadow from a bygone era. Its grandeur, now a decaying testament to the secrets it held within. The Craigslist ad on the internet website, date, October 13, 2023, the Craigslist ad, explore the secrets of Hollow Grove Mansion. Exclusive haunted tour, limited spots available, dare to uncover the dark history within its walls, only the fearless need apply, contact for details. Sara, a photographer with a penchant for capturing the forgotten and the eerie, stumbled upon the ad during a late-night browse. Intrigued by the promise of hidden secrets and supernatural encounters, she hesitated for only a moment before reaching out to the mysterious contact. The response was swift, providing her with a date, time, and a set of cryptic instructions. The email warned that once the tour started, there was no turning back. On the appointed night, the moon hung low in the sky as Sara found herself standing before the towering gates of Hollow Grove Mansion. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, and the mansion seemed to watch her with empty windows like eyes in the night. As she stepped onto the overgrown path, the gates creaked open, seemingly of their own accord. Inside, the mansion unfolded like a maze of dilapidated corridors and forgotten chambers. Sara's camera clicked as she documented the faded grandeur and the encroaching darkness. As she ventured deeper, strange whispers echoed through the halls, and shadows seemed to dance in her peripheral vision. In a room draped in cobwebs and heavy velvet curtains, Sara discovered an old photo album. The images revealed the mansion's past, a tale of a wealthy family torn apart by tragedy. Whispers intensified as she delved into the story. A sudden gust slammed the album shut, plunging the room into darkness. The air turned icy as a figure materialized before her. A spectral woman, trapped in a time long gone, reached out with translucent hands. Sara, captivated by a mixture of fear and sympathy, listened to the ghostly tale of betrayal and loss. The mansion, it seemed, was a purgatory for the tormented souls unable to move on. As Sara navigated the mansion's haunted history, she uncovered a ritual room where the family's patriarch had made a pact with an otherworldly entity to preserve their wealth and power. The entity, hungry for human suffering, had trapped the family and anyone who entered the mansion in a cycle of despair. Sara realized that the only way to free the tormented souls was to confront the entity. Armed with newfound knowledge, she returned to the ritual room and conducted a ritual to break the pact. The air crackled with energy as the entity fought back, manifesting as a vortex of shadows. With a blinding flash, the entity dissipated, leaving behind a serene stillness. The mansion, once shrouded in darkness, now seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. The spirits of the family appeared, thanking Sara with ethereal smiles before fading into the unknown. As Sara exited the mansion, the first rays of dawn painted the sky. She looked back at Hollow Grove Mansion, now devoid of the ominous air that once clung to its walls. The town, unaware of the supernatural events, continued its slumber as if the night's tale was meant for Sara alone. The Craigslist ad that brought her to Hollow Grove disappeared, leaving no trace, as if the mansion itself had decided who among the living should bear witness to its haunting secrets. Sara, forever changed by the spectral encounter, leaves with a portfolio capturing not just the decay of a mansion but the emancipation of trapped souls. Story 2. On a gloomy Tuesday evening, a cryptic Craigslist ad emerged, promising a collection of antique dolls with a peculiar history. The dolls, as the ad claimed, harbored the spirits of deceased children, each one longing for a connection with the living. Intrigued, collectors and enthusiasts alike flocked to the seller's eerie antique shop tucked away in a forgotten corner of the city. Published the Craigslist ad on social website, date, October 27, 2023, the Craigslist ad, Whispering Dolls Collection, embraced the spirits of the departed. Each doll holds a story. Limited stock. Only for the brave and the curious. Inquire for details. Emily, a young woman with an affinity for the supernatural, discovered the ad during a late-night internet exploration. Drawn to the mysterious allure of the dolls, she contacts the seller, a peculiar old woman known only as Madame Leclerc. The response was prompt, providing a date and time for Emily to visit the dimly lit antique shop, hidden in the shadows of a forgotten alley. The antique shop exuded an aura of antiquity and mystique as Emily entered. The air hung heavy with the scent of aged wood and forgotten memories. Rows of dolls with soulful eyes lined the shelves, each seemingly whispering secrets that only the bravest could comprehend. Madame Leclerc, a stooped figure with piercing eyes, welcomed Emily. As she examined the dolls, the ambient whispers intensified. Emily felt an unspoken connection to a doll with a cracked porcelain face and tattered Victorian-era clothing. This doll, she learned, was once Margaret, a child who perished in a tragic fire. In the following nights, Emily experienced haunting dreams. The spirits of the dolls appeared, revealing the circumstances of their untimely demises. Margaret's spirit, tormented by the memories of the fire, pleaded for release. Emily, torn between fear and empathy, delved into the history of the dolls. Madame Leclerc, it seemed, had struck a dark bargain with an otherworldly force to bring life to the dolls. Unbeknownst to Emily, this force fed on the emotions and memories of the living. Determined to free the trapped spirits, Emily confronted Madame Leclerc. The dimly lit shop seemed to close in as shadows danced with anticipation. Madame Leclerc, revealed to be a conduit for the malevolent force, resisted Emily's efforts. The spirits, empowered by Emily's courage, rallied against the force. A chilling wind filled the room as Emily uttered an incantation learned from Margaret's spirit. The dolls' whispers grew into a harmonious chant, weakening the force that bound them. With a burst of ethereal light, the malevolent force recoiled, leaving the dolls lifeless. The spirits, freed from their porcelain prisons, ascended, leaving behind a sense of peace. Madame Leclerc, now a mere mortal, looked upon Emily with gratitude before disappearing into the shadows. As Emily left the antique shop, the whispers ceased, and a serene silence settled in. The Craigslist ad vanished, and the forgotten alley returned to its quiet obscurity. Emily, forever changed by the encounter, carried Margaret's cracked porcelain face as a token of the bond forged between the living and the departed. The dolls, once vessels of tragedy, found solace in the release of their whispered secrets. Story 3.
A peculiar Craigslist ad surfaced, tempting those seeking the extraordinary with an antique clock. The post promised that this timepiece possessed the power to manipulate time itself. Intrigued, individuals from all walks of life reached out to the enigmatic seller, a character known only as Mr. Pendulum. Date: November 10, 2023. The Craigslist ad. Temporal marvel, antique clock for sale. Master time itself. Unlock the secrets of the past and present. Limited stock. Serious inquiries only. Inquire for details. Alex, a historian fascinated by the mysteries of time, discovered the ad during a late-night quest for rare artifacts. The idea of a clock with the ability to unravel the fabric of time intrigued Alex, and so, with a mix of trepidation and excitement, An arrangement was made to meet Mr. Pendulum. In a dimly lit antique shop, tucked away in an alley that seemed to defy the usual spatial dimensions, Alex met Mr. Pendulum. The shop, filled with the ticking and talking of countless clocks, felt like a place caught in a temporal anomaly. Mr. Pendulum, a man with an unsettling air of knowing, presented Alex with the clock, a magnificent piece adorned with intricate gears and symbols that hinted at cosmic secrets. As Alex touched the clock, a strange sensation coursed through his veins. The clock, as Mr. Pendulum explained, holds the power to manipulate time, allowing its owner to revisit moments from the past. Excitement surged within Alex as visions of historical events danced in their minds. Little did Alex know that the clock held a darker secret, a malevolent force that thrived on the disruption of natural order. As Alex experimented with the clock, revisiting historical milestones and unlocking forgotten secrets, an unforeseen consequence emerged. Time started folding in on itself, trapping Alex in a relentless loop. Each attempt to alter the past led to unintended consequences, creating a chaotic tapestry of alternate realities. In a nightmarish realization, Alex found that the clock wasn't just a tool but a conduit for an entity that fed on temporal chaos. The more Alex tampered with time, the stronger the entity became, ensnaring them in an inescapable loop. Haunted by echoes of past mistakes, Alex realized the only way to break free was to confront the entity head-on. Armed with newfound knowledge about the clock's dark nature, Alex devises a plan to trap the entity within a pocket of time. In a climactic struggle within time-looped reality, Alex manipulates the clock's gears and symbols, creating a temporal prison for the malevolent force. The entity, wailing in frustration, faded into the fabric of time, leaving Alex standing in a frozen moment.